Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful day in Leavenworth, Kansas, and it's a great day to be an American. We'd like to start our ceremony by remembering the fallen, the missing in action, and the prisoners of war. We will also honor those who have served and those who are currently serving this gracious nation's armed services. Please join me in a moment of silence. Present the colors. The national anthem will be performed by Brandy Lindberg. Please stand, remove your headgear, and render a hand salute or place your right hand over your heart. Please join Sergeant First Class Devon Watkins as he leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for joining us here today. This year, at more than 2,500 memorial sites across the country and 24 sites around the world, we gather as one nation to remember, honor, and teach. We are all proud to be Americans who live in a free society, comprised of many people from various walks of life. The freedoms we enjoy today have come at a high price. Unfortunately, lying here before us and in cemeteries across the country and throughout the world are men and women who gave their lives so that we may live in freedom and without fear. We can worship according to our own religions. We can raise our children to believe as we do. We can travel from one end of this great nation to the other without having to ask permission. We are free to vote for any person we feel who should be in government office, with no explanation required. We have the right to succeed, and we have the right to fail in whatever endeavors we wish to pursue. The United States of America was founded on the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality. Our nation stands as a shining beacon of liberty and freedom to the entire world. We thank those who gave their lives to keep us free, and we shall not forget them. We will remember. Today, more than ever, we reflect on our nation's veterans and active duty service members who have and who continue to fight to protect the innocent and the oppressed. This nation has always been the first to stand up for freedom of people around the world. Many of you here today or watching from home have answered that call and have served our country well. We are here to thank you, and we are honored to know you. There are many men and women who still serve today in all branches of the military. Some are here at home, and some are in places far away that many of us have never heard of. These men and women are part of the best qualified, best trained, the best led, and the best equipped forces in the world. We honor them and their families for the sacrifices they make each and every day to keep our country safe. Quoting the 40th President of the United States, President Ronald Reagan, said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States where men were free." Today we show a united front of gratitude and respect across the United States of America as we remember the fallen, honor those who served, and teach our children the value of freedom. Now, Sergeant Major Johan Ponder will lay a remembrance wreath in memory of those who served and who are still serving in the United States Army. Staff Sergeant Kevin Wallace will lay a remembrance wreath in memory of those who served and who are serving in the United States Marine Corps. Now Lieutenant Rick Holzhauer will lay a remembrance wreath in memory of those who served and who are still serving in the United States Navy. Major John Everidge will lay a remembrance wreath in memory of those who served and who are still serving in the United States Air Force. Boatswain's Mate First Class Austin Wilder will lay a remembrance wreath in memory of those who served and who are still serving in the United States Coast Guard. Sergeant Chad Wellesley will lay a remembrance wreath in memory of those who served and who are still serving in the United States Merchant Marines. Now Sergeant First Class Dustin Matthey will lay a remembrance wreath in honor of the 93,129 United States servicemen from all branches of the service whose last known duty status was either prisoner of war or missing in action. These individuals have never returned home to their families, and we will not forget you. We ask and encourage every volunteer who places a wreath on a veteran's name to say that veteran's name out loud and take a moment to thank them for their service to our country. Speaking a deceased veteran's name out loud may seem like a small act, but speaking his or her name ensures them that they are not forgotten and is our promise to keep their memory alive. Remember, we are not here to decorate graves. We are here to remember their lives, not their deaths. Each wreath is a gift of appreciation from a grateful nation. Live balsam wreaths are a symbol to honor those who served and those who still serve in our armed forces. The wreath also symbolizes our gratefulness to their families, who endure sacrifices every day on our behalf. To our children, we want you to understand the freedoms you enjoy today are not free. Be proud of those who have served and who are still serving, and show them respect when you see them. Enjoy the freedoms you have to the fullest, until one day when the torch of freedom will be passed to you as the next generation. This year, we would like to recognize our 6 Medal of Honor recipients who are buried in this cemetery. William W. Burdett, Civil War, date of issue July 8, 1896. And the citation reads, he voluntarily acted as a fireman on a steam tug which ran the blockade and passed the batteries under heavy fire. Daniel A. Dorsey, Civil War, date of issue September 17, 1863, with the citation of one of the 19 or 22 men, including 2 civilians, who, by direction of General Mitchell or Buell, penetrated nearly 200 miles south into enemy territory and captured a railroad train at Big Shanty, Kennesaw, Georgia, in an attempt to destroy the bridges and tracks between Chattanooga and Atlanta. Corporal Dorsey had the distinction of being among the very first recipients of the medal. He was one of the volunteers who followed James J. Andrews on a daring mission behind Confederate lines. John S. Durham, Civil War, date of issue November 20th, 1896, who seized the flag of his regiment when the color sergeant was shot and advanced with the flag midway between the lines, amid a shower of shot, shell, and bullets, until stopped by his commanding officer. William Garrett, Civil War, date of issue February 24th, 1865. With several companions dashed forward, the first to enter the enemy's works, taking possession of 4 pieces of artillery, and captured the flag of the 13th Mississippi Infantry, Confederate States of America. John Gray, Civil War, date of issue March 14, 1864, mounted an artillery horse of the enemy and captured a brass cannon in the face of the enemy's fire and brought it to the rear. John H. Shingle, Indian Campaigns, date of issue June 1st, 1880. The citation is for gallantry in action. We can defeat hatred and injustice if we stand together as one nation, and thanks to our veterans, we have the freedom to do just that. Before taps and the close of our ceremony, we have a few items to cover.
On behalf of Wreaths Across America Leavenworth National Cemetery Committee, we'd like to thank all of those involved in making this ceremony and Wreath Day possible. Studdard Moving and Storage and J.B. Hunt for donating their trucks and personnel to house and deliver our wreaths. Leavenworth National Cemetery Administration and grounds crew for the PA system and recycling our wreath boxes. Easton Bus Company for donating the buses to shuttle our volunteers. Sergeant Audie Murphy Club for presenting our colors, and all those participating in the ceremony. Eric Perez for recording our ceremony, and Lansing Photo Works Photography for photos on Wreath Day. Our participating fundraising groups: Mustang Club of Greater Kansas City, Northeast Kansas chapter of the American Gold Star Mothers, Team Fidelis, our 7 DAR chapters, Girl Scout Troops 1488 and 2667, Key Bank, Junior Basor Bobcat Cheerleaders, and Lancaster Milton Peacekeepers Club, Civitan Club. Our corporate sponsors who have returned to adopt a section again this year: Farmers Insurance for Section 9, Mighty to Serve with Luxury Unlimited of Kansas for Section 25, and our individual Wreath sponsors and our 780 registered volunteers. Wreath donations this year equals 3,924, which include over 280 grave-specific requests. Our ceremony is virtual this year. We want to make sure that you know what to expect on Wreath Day, December 19th. Only registered volunteers will be able to place general wreaths due to COVID guidelines that we must follow. You will once again be parking at the VA Medical Center by the CPAC building. There will be event signs directing you for parking. Please do not enter the cemetery unless you've pre-ordered a grave-specific wreath. For those with pre-ordered grave-specific wreaths, we will start that pickup at 9 a.m. You will drive into the cemetery by entering from Muncie Road and follow the signs for the administration building. There you will see multiple lanes where you will pull up, provide your order information, be handed your wreaths, and be allowed to drive then on into the cemetery. We ask once you place your wreath that you exit the cemetery, and masks are required. For those that have registered for general wreaths, please arrive and be parked at the VA Medical Center 10 minutes prior to your scheduled wave. Masks are required to board the bus. Your confirmation email will be checked off and you will board your bus. You will be taken to a specific section in the cemetery. As we are limited to the number of riders on the bus, it is especially important that you be ready to board your bus on time for your wave. We have half-an-hour cycles for our buses. A section lead will be waiting to hand you 2 wreaths. Proceed to a veteran's headstone. Remember by speaking that veteran's name out loud. Honor by placing the wreath. Be sure not to cover the veteran's name. Stand back, straighten the bow, and thank them for their service. Teach by taking a picture, researching that veteran, and sharing it on social media. Once you are finished placing your 2 wreaths, please return to the bus.
Sam Young will now play taps. Thank you all for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on Wreath Day, December 19th. Stay safe, and God bless America.